And as we're getting set up for Neon White coming up next, I want to talk a little bit more about Point of Pride's guiding principles. We've raised $4,559, and that number is only going to go up as the day goes on. And the heart of Point of Pride's mission is to provide powerful affirmation for trans people. They serve the members of the community who face the biggest challenges in accessing the care they need, taking an equity-based approach to address the failures of unequal levels of privilege and access. You can learn more at pointofpride.org to see all of the incredible work that they are doing, funded by your donations. And with that, I'm so excited to announce we are ready for some Neon White with bree12am.
Hello, how's it going? My name's Bree, and I'm excited to show you Neon White. It's a really cool game, and this run that I'm doing is the All Levels Rush. It is a category extension that was made kind of recently, and it uses a mod called Custom Rush, which is what you're seeing here. So I'll be playing through all 121 levels. These levels don't matter, don't worry about them. So, with me on commentary, I've got Amber, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Amber. I'm around. I played a bit in Neon White like 3 years ago, and then I don't know how exactly it happened, but Bree convinced me to play again, so here I am.
Yeah, so we can get started really quickly, but first, I believe we had some bid wars. Do we have any
Yeah,
results?
we've got some card names. Let me get those for you. So the Fireball card is greater than colon 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is great. I love it. The Godspeed card is AWP, capital AWP.
Nice.
And the Purify card is Mizuena, Mizuena.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yay.
Thank you for the donations. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this started. The stream's all good, yeah, Amber?
Yeah, we're all ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm hopping in right now. We're good to go.
Okay,
Yay.
awesome. So I'll click the start rush button, and then there'll be a timer on screen, and that'll count us in. Okay, so I'm gonna click it. 3, 2, 1. So let's begin. So
Let's go.
This is Neon White. Neon White is a first-person shooter. It's a kind of 3D platformer. You want to get to the goal of every level. So I'm like the first level. You just run along the water and get to the first goal. And immediately we're introduced to our first card, the Mizuena card. Thank you. So we have to kill these demons in order to open the goal. That is very important. So the pathing for this game, we're going to be just trying to get through all of these levels as quick as possible while killing all the demons. Introduced to the second weapon already, the Elevate card. Elevate card is a pistol. You shoot it and you can double jump if you do the right click on it. With the first weapon, the Mizuena card, it's an assault rifle and it's automatic, and you right click and it's a bomb. And one thing about this game is we're going to be using bullet boosts a lot. So we're going to be trying to go super fast. Bullet boosts will give you more speed, and you want to make sure that you're getting as many bullet boosts as possible, and it allows you to do some really fun movement.
Yeah, it ends up leading to the game having a lot of depth because you have to optimize, killing every demon in a level while also getting to the goal. So you have to be mindful of your lines getting to the goal while cleaning everything up. But also you want to be able to fit in as many bullet boosts as possible. And for example, you can see Bree here is actually doing katana slashes onto Purify grenades, and that actually counts as a bullet boost that you get. So like this imp shooting, that's a bullet boost, and then we'll slash this grenade in just a second, and we'll get another boost there.
Yep. So I'm going to use this bomb to get all the way across, skipping a few sections of water. One thing you might see is I'm going to be jumping up these upward ramps. They give me what's called an above water boost. So when you're in the water, you're going really fast. If you see there's like a small little number on the left, it goes up even more when I'm on the water. So we try to be on the water as much as possible. And if you get the above water boost, you're not getting the friction of being on the ground, and you go for even faster. So with that,
Chapter
chapter
1. Very
1.
well played. Very well played.
Nice, thank you. So now we're into chapter 2. I want to shout out the soundtrack of this game, made by Machine Girl. So good. This is one of the peak songs that I'm always thinking of whenever I think of Neon White. And once we get up to the top of this tower, we're going to be introduced to a new card. The Op.
The Op. Ooh, of course.
Yeah, drop AVP. We're going to be seeing that later in the CS showcase. Shoutouts, so look out for that.
Yeah, and the thing with the op card is whenever you discard it, you dash really fast forward, and a lot of the optimization for these levels is going to be doing kind of like a somewhat like as spaced out as evenly as you want to. You want to be maximizing like maximal speed from every Godspeed discard, so you really want to like space them out evenly if you have the chance to.
Yeah, a lot of these top issue levels are pretty flat. So we're going to be using the Godspeed, the AVP, sorry, to get across the gaps. And, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
One thing I'm going to be doing, you'll see at this level, I didn't quite get it, but I'll be going for this thing called self-bullet boosts. They're very precise. They're like 1 unity pixel wide, which is like a lot smaller than a normal pixel. It's like essentially RNG, but on some of these levels you can do setups, and it makes them a lot more manageable.
Yeah, and a lot of places will be kind of like idly shooting the ground, like coming up at the end of Fastlane actually will do it, where we just kind of like throw out a random shot and then katana it. You can usually do it without messing up your line, and it's like, hey, if you just happen to hit a self-bullet boost, which will happen genuinely like 1 in 10,000 runs, it's, you know, a little time save. Why not?
Yeah, it's a nice little stim you can do during the run, keep yourself active.
Very true.
So we're closing up on the end of chapter 2. Now would be a nice time for donations, I think.
Absolutely. We have $5 here from Urtizoel. I hope I said that even closely to correct. That says, GL Bree, you got this! And $5 was put towards Go to Idiot Island. We're now at 25 out of 100 for that. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Do you want to talk a little bit about why people should donate to have us go to Idiot Island?
Sure. So Idiot Island is a fun run. It's showcasing the new file or new game runs. And what I'll be doing is I'll be showing off a glitch. So there's not that many glitches in the game. In the 100% speedrun of this game, it's divided up into glitched and glitchless. And the only glitch we use is the gift duplication. So I'm going to be getting gifts, and I'm going to be duping them. The run is super easy to soft lock. I was practicing it yesterday, and I soft locked it like, I think 7 times or something. I got it down, trust. So you want to see that.
Anyway, we've actually come up to a new card, the Stomp card, and it's basically an SMG. If you just like hold down mouse 1 and spray it, it just shoots bullets all over the place. But the pattern it does is consistent, and in particular, you can just kind of tap fire it, and it's a pretty consistent position. Like, you can get base of your crosshair to always shoot bullets in that direction. So we'll be doing that a ton in these levels to do long-range snipes with the Stomp card.
Yeah, it is instrumental that we tap with the left click. Whoop, there we go. Because aiming, a lot of these levels, you're going to be doing some power snipes in order to like sequence break them. We're going to be taking cards to the end of levels that we're not supposed to have, sort of thing. Oh,
wow.
That's okay.
Yeah, those enemies, the jock enemies, they shoot out like flamethrower, I guess it is, and it's either 0 damage or 50,000. So that was a 50,000.
Yeah, if you've ever... So there's a type of run, so this is the Heaven Rush. There's a run called Hell Rush, and those jocks are demonic in Hell Rushes. You're going to take loads of damage from them that you do not expect it.
And yeah.
Oh,
you got blocked. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is one of the most frustrating levels in full game for sure. When I was running full game back in the day, I'd say 95% of my runs would get to this point, and then I think maybe like 60% would get past this level. It's just how it is. This last snipe in particular is really horrid.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but we got past it, so it's fine. And one thing as well, these barrels you're gonna see throughout some of these levels, they work pretty standard. You know, you hit the barrel, you go up, sort of thing. Mountain is okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
I got a strat there called Freedom Dive. As the OC showcase from a couple events ago, but yeah, you can keep your falling state if you get a. It's like really precise. You have to get a bullet base as you're falling, and you land on the guy or something.
I would guess it's frame perfect, and it's probably Bree's playing the game at above 60 FPS, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
That's just
tight.
a guess, though. It's very tight. You know, this is a very technical level here. I'm gonna kind of let it speak for itself. Very nice.
Thank you. So, now we're into Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is our first boss chapter. So, you might have noticed that each chapter has had 10 levels, but this will be our first non-10 level chapter. We're gonna have three levels, and the final one will be a boss fight. So, this is the old city. This level for I was gonna call it Forsaken City, Forgotten City, has a very brutal snipe there on that balloon. Didn't quite get it. A lot of these building hitboxes are much crueler than they seem, because there's like invisible walls. So we're fine
you
now.
have to be very careful with your ammo on this level too, because if you empty your clip, you lose your card. But anyway, the boss level is coming up. This is, I would say, probably second hardest level on the run, right here. So we're going to pre-damage green as we go through. Like, it'll be in a bubble, and then it'll pop out of the bubble, and you want to shoot shots while we're doing that. Pretty good damage going into this phase. We need to clean up the crystals. And while we're playing this, we're doing some katana slashes. Just keep that in mind. Won't explain it quite yet. Okay, we're going to grenade jump off of green, do some damage while moving to our goal. Okay. Oh no, we died.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay, anyway. So yeah, we're doing katana slashes throughout the level to, whenever you run out of katana ammo and you get fist, you just like, punch the air, and then when you run out of fist ammo, you die. I don't know if you like pull a muscle in your back or something, but that kills you running out of fist ammo. So what we do at the end of that level is we run out of fist ammo to die, and that pauses the in-game timer, and the animation still continues. We progress to the next level as normal, and it purely saves in-game time, but that's how Neon White speedruns are typically timed. In a marathon setting, it just makes sense to do.
Yep. And we are into Chapter 5, and we have our new card. The brighter than :3.
The angry cat face, I think, is how
Yeah,
Frozen described it
I
earlier.
like it's the angry or mischievous cat face, whichever you prefer.
Thank you for the donations for the card names, by the way. But this card is super fun. It's very fast-paced. All of these levels are super quick. You can shoot it. It's a shotgun. And if you right-click, it's kind of like a Godspeed dash, but not quite. You go at an arc. You'll see arcs in a couple levels. But if you do the Godspeed or the fireball on the ground, the greater than :3 card on the ground, you'll get basically the same speed you would get if you're walking on water. So a lot of the movement in this chapter, or with this card in general, is done on the ground.
Yeah, and so many of these levels are just so fast back to back. This level is, or not level, this game in general, it just, like, if you're not a speedrunner already and you play this game, and this game doesn't convince you to become a speedrunner, like, there is no hope for you, It's just, it does an excellent job of, like, teaching you to play in this way and encouraging you to play in this way, and it really tricks you, it really gets you. I did not expect to put a bunch of time into this game when I bought it, but man, it is so fun. It just feels so satisfying to string levels like this together.
For sure. And this game was actually made to be speedrun. A lot of the levels have medals attached to them, and they're so addictive.
Yeah, and this is one of the most impressive levels in the game, I think. Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
So,
after the craziness that was going on in Chapter 5, unless Bree has something to say, I think this is a decent time for donations.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about the Counter-Strike 2 hide and seek milestone. So if we get to $4,800, the CS gamers are going to play hide and seek in CS. So they're gonna, apparently all the players are gonna be able to bunny hop really fast and teleport throughout the map. So they're gonna go all different places you maybe have never seen in CS2. So be sure to get your donations in. And if you donate for the Idiot Island incentive for this run, that's also gonna help us get to that milestone. So I absolutely want to see that happen. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
goofy as heck.
I was watching them prepare for that, and I think the best word to describe that was it got rowdy. I definitely
Yes.
I want to see that for sure.
I really do. And thank you so much to everyone who's been donating. Let's get there.
Okay, so one thing that we're introduced to, so this is chapter 6. You'll see these tripwires, these purple things. We're going to be using them at the end of the level because you can actually stand on them. But if you walk into these tripwires, they will trip and you will die. Pretty self-explanatory. We're going to stand on that tripwire to boost to the end.
Very nice ringer boost there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, maybe the most or the least interesting level in the game right here. Falling is one of those things that you really can't speed up unless you have a card to do so. And there's a lot of situations in this game you have to be very careful managing like your upwards velocity, because if you fling too high above like a goal or something, you're going to be staring at the floor waiting 2 seconds for you to fall.
Yeah, it's the strength of the stomp card in particular, because this game is super floaty, that it just saves so much time if you need to go down. And falling does not have one until like the very end.
Oh man.
Well, we get to explain what shockers are. So this level introduced shockers on Shocker, and they're these 6 petaled sort of demons. If you land on one of the petals, it'll launch you forward like this. The intended route is to get the green one. And there we go, got it this time. We can shoot a balloon here and skip to the end.
Yeah, and you said there were 6 petals. I'm glad I didn't explain it, because if I did, I would have said 8. I'm realizing for the first time they have 6.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there's
this is...
Oh yeah, go for it.
This is, yeah, some long-range snipes here. We're going to go for a Purify Bomb as we explode this door. That looks good to me. And we got it. Okay, very nice.
Nice. Yeah, I thought this level can be really annoying in full game runs. It's very easy to just, like, miss a demon snipe at the start or miss that bomb on one of the demons, but got a nice setup for it, so it's chill. Oh, I will need that, please.
Yes. This is a good level that demos sniping things with the stomp card. Just small little taps here and there, and something cool at the end here.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's fair. That's fair. That's really inconsistent. I don't blame you. And speaking of really inconsistent, this is, of the non-boss levels, I'd probably say the second hardest level in the game. We're not going to do the fastest IL route here. It's unbelievably crazy, but still, there's just tons of bullet boost going on here. We're going to snipe those tripwires there to kind of start a little chain going. Get a ringer boost here. And that looks good to me.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a shocker ball type thing at the end there. If you fireball into the center of the shocker, you go launching a little bit. Nice little way to save time. And this level really shows off how much fun the devs were having with putting all these tripwires together. In a casual setting, you'd be like, okay, well, I'll just, you know, break the first tripwire and be on my way. But you can just break a couple of them and get to the end quicker. And
yeah, and in fact, if you don't kind of hit some of the tripwires as you progress through the level, you'll go too fast for the tripwires to die in time, and you'll be sitting at the goal. So you want to kind of kill them as you go. A new enemy introduced here are bubbles. These are kind of the enemy of speedrunners. I think they're a little overhated, but it means you can only kill them by walking directly into them. You can't shoot them, you can't shoot enemies inside them or anything. So it basically, like, hard requires you to step foot in them, which means you can't do as many long-range snipes in many of the levels that have them, but they still add a lot to the game, I think.
Yeah, the big thing about them is, oh, shoutouts to those three, by the way. They're very restrictive in terms of routing, is the main thing. You also have to enter them in order to kill them. So this level in particular, Pop, if you've ever played it, there's a rush called Mikey Rush. It's so difficult to navigate this part because of the way that bubbles work.
Never even thought of that.
Oh, but this part is the only part where we go on like a downhill water slope, and it has some very interesting interactions. You can surf on top of it slightly.
Yeah. Oh, a crazy level coming up here. We're going to try to deflect this enemy's bullet into that barrel. I think that got it. Yeah, we got it. Okay. And some pretty precise aiming at the end to get through that level. That was excellently done.
Thank you, thank you. We're introduced to a new demon halfway through the chapter, the Mimics. If you played like Dark Souls or stuff like that, it's like a fake chest. And one thing about it is we can shoot these chests from afar. They will kill enemy demons in one shot. So a lot of these levels you can kind of skip some parts of it by shooting these Mimics. And just go right to the end, like here.
And the Mimics as well, they absolutely just spray bullets everywhere, and what you can do is those bullets have like a lingering hitbox basically that you can katana and get a phantom boost from. So like here for example, we're going to get Mimic bullets all over the wall, and we're going to slash and get like 3 boosts here. It really feels like it shouldn't work like this, but it makes Mimic levels pretty crazy.
Yeah, normally you'd think like this sort of, this is doable.
That is interesting, but works. Okay, good save.
Nice. So you can get one shot by these, so you think they're a lot worse than they are, but they're pretty fun. And this is Fuse. This is the final level of Chapter 7. Basically, sort of like a amalgamation of like all of the stuff you've been seeing so far through the chapter. And after I kill these last few, moving into Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. Alright, so this is where the game really picks up, I think. First of all, we got this Dominion card now. It is the like token rocket launcher of this game. You can do exactly what you think you could do with it, and when you discard this, it gives you a zipline. And that zipline gives you like speed roughly approximate to running on water, so it's a very like large boost that it gives you, honestly. And also chaining rocket jumps out of grapples also gives you a ton of speed. It's a very technical card. Like, you can be so insanely good at Neon White and not be good at Dominion. Like,
yeah. Shoutouts, by the way, there's a runner called Noel who has world record sweep on Chapter 8. That shows just like what type of card this is. You can specialize in it, and it's just so... Hello? It's just so impressive. Like, especially at this point in the game's lifespan, that's one of the world record sweep on a chapter. So cool.
yeah. And you saw there as well, actually, you can get boosts off of the rockets by shooting them in the air with the Elevate card. It's pretty neat, a little time save.
Is now a good time to talk about some donations?
I would think so, yes.
Awesome. We have a few coming in. We have $10 from Gregovin that says, have fun in Idiot Island. And $25 from Anonymous that just says, eeeeee. And that also went towards Idiot Island. So we're now at 60 out of 100. And you see Breeze flying through this. So we need to make that before the end of this run. Only $40 away. I know that we can do it.
Yeah, it's closer than it seems like, so get those donations in. And here's a very interesting level. There's a lot of these Dominion levels, we end up calling them like DLC areas, honestly, where there's just like an entire part of the level they developed, but they didn't put a ton of demons into them or anything, and some really sick shots through the floor there, by the way. But yeah, there's just areas you can kind of completely skip in the level if they just don't have demons. You can cut corners really sharp and all that. And crazy snipes at the end of this level. This is one of the most technical levels in the game. The IL of this level is so difficult. Excellent.
So, one thing about shooting these rockets is that they have health. So, it's not something that'll pop up too often, but straightaway is a big example. This is the straightaway, by the way. if you shoot the rockets like 10 times, they will die, and your next rocket will also die. Like, they just both died to me there. The demons just did not get killed, but it's okay. We kind of through that.
There's a few things in this game that are kind of like arcane magic, and rocket health is kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
They behave very strangely.
Yep. One thing as well, you can get a boost by getting like an explosion after you grapple, which is like, I guess, informally called a zipnium. So what I did at the very start of the level was I did do that, and you can also skip at the end of the level by rocketing all the way up here.
Yeah, Firecracker's a level for route that I've tried to learn this level, and I'm still on the process of trying to learn it, and I just cannot wrap my head around it. There's so many, like, different sections where you need to grapple something and then flick across the map to kill a demon, and then, like, get back to what you're doing. It's just so hard to process.
Yeah, I do not know how people go so fast on the aisles.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
And this is Mirror. Mirror is a very infamous level. It's got a very large skip. Casually, this level is like 50 seconds or something like that. And instead, we can smuggle this extra card, fireball over to this building, get that one, and climb all the way to the top of the building, and that's the end of the level.
Yep. And immediately into Chapter 9, this is the last, like, normal chapter of the game, I would say. We'll explain what that means later. But this basically kind of tests your ability on everything. This puts in every card, Dominion, Elevate, all that, and expects you to chain them together, and gives you some of the longest and toughest levels in the game. Every level in Chapter 9 is so difficult and technical, and for example there, Bree just barely, like, slightly misangled a fireball card, bonked a wall, couldn't recover from that mistake. That's a, like, 25-second time loss. Just, like, very brutal, but very satisfying to do well.
Yeah, speedruns of this game are extremely brutal because it's very easy to just overgreed something or slightly mess something. This level in particular is a huge example of that. We will get to a chamber at the end of the level, and if you haven't killed everything when you're in that chamber, then you gotta hit the restart button.
Yeah, you gotta press F. And a part of it, you do have to kind of, as a runner of this game, especially full game, you have to kind of keep a, like, benchmark in your head of, like, when I am to this point, I want to have, X number of demons alive. And so there are a lot of knowledge checks like that. You kind of get a feel for it, and whenever you kill a demon too, there's like a little, like, dinging sound cue, and you've got to be so locked in on that.
Oh yeah, there's a game mode. There's like a mod that someone made, Houseless made, a hardcore Hell Rush mod, and they got rid of that sound. Like, you can't see the demon count. You can't hear the demon death sound. Like, it's brutal. Like. Plunge here is not too super. There's not too much going on, and it's probably a good time to get a message in.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting closer and closer to the end of this run, so we are at $60 out of $100 for that Go to Idiot Island incentive. That's happening at the end of this run. And also we have Counter-Strike 2 coming up next, and we have our milestone at 4,800 total for Point of Pride. We are going to see the hide and seek mode for our CS2 players. So every single donation that's going towards Idiot Island will also go towards that. So thank you to everyone who's been donating. Let's make sure both of those things happen.
Alright, Barrage, the destroyer of hands. We're going to do a bunch of long-range tap fires here to snipe just a whole bunch of enemies. This is one of the hardest routes in the game, easily. Pretty nice. Okay, and all those long-range purify. Oh, not quite, actually.
I missed this one in practice too. I hate you. I hate you. Okay, there we go.
Hey, we got an extra purify card out of it.
Got a nice little boost.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a brutal level to have to IL because you're stuck in the beginning for so long and it's just tap 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 tap.
Yeah, your wrists do not survive very long.
And speaking of, this is probably I don't think anyone will argue, the hardest non-boss level in the game. The IL for this, if you're going to look up any world record in this game, I think you should look at the state world record. What people have done on this level is just unbelievable.
Yeah, so one thing that you'll see a lot in this level is that you can get a lot of bullet boosts with the Fireball and Ringer combo. So we're going to be doing that everywhere.
Yeah, and a bunch of this level 2 is just reacting to the boosts you get. And in IL, you just kind of assume you're getting an insane boost and playing accordingly, but in full game especially, you have to be very careful about your boost and making sure you don't slam into walls and stuff.
So this is Trapwire, and the intent of this level is to bait you into tripwires and dying. But we've played these games before, so we're not going to do that.
We're smarter than that.
Yeah. Ricochet as well is a nice little calm down level, because Chapter 9 is probably the hardest chapter in the game, especially in full game. Like, if you get here, you're shaking. And this is pretty chill. There's not too much going on.
Yeah. And it's funny, this is maybe the level of like the biggest difference between full game and IL. In the topmost IL level, we mentioned the shocker enemies earlier. There's actually a frame perfect trick with them, where if you kill them on the same frame, you get a boost. That duplicates the kill, so you can kill less demons than needed. And the IL record for this level, I think, does that frame perfect trick like over a dozen times, I think. And has incredibly precise aiming. It is just so stupid and hard.
Yep.
People are so dedicated to this game, it's crazy.
Yeah, the IL team is... It exploded. So many people are setting the most absurd times ever. It's so cool.
Yeah, just a bit of context here. When I was playing back in the day, I forget what exactly I peaked at, but I was top 10 on the global leaderboards, I think. So I stopped playing for 3 years, and I was talking to Bree about the game. And I was kind of like, oh, you know, I'm probably like, I would guess like 50th on the leaderboards or something. And I came back and I played recently, and I was at 130 on the global leaderboards. And so, yeah, the level of play has just increased so much in this game. Like, it's
yeah,
crazy.
it's absurd. So
Pretty underwhelming level here. Maybe time for a quick shout out or donation if you have one.
Oh, sure. I just wanted to let everyone know that we are $1 away from $4,600. And I think that would be amazing to get past that, because then we'll be less than $200 away from our Counter-Strike 2 hide and seek milestone. So just $1. Tell Bree how much you've been enjoying this run, because I absolutely have.
Yeah, I would love to get that total, and it would be so nice to do the incentives. And this is the hardest level in the run.
Yep.
Good luck.
So the last boss level was difficult. This one is like, it's longer, same thing, but longer and harder. Like, again, every time it comes out, or green comes out of the bubble, we want to do as much damage as possible. There is a capped amount you can do, so you can't just, you know, like, omega quick kill. But there's a ton of super tricky aiming and just constant card swapping that is going on. We actually get a push from green there to kind of advance us forward. Okay, and we're going to smuggle a fireball card towards here. We're going to keep just a stockpile of fireball ammo to keep on being able to damage green as we progress here. Some long-range snipes here. One, and missed that one. A little bit short on damage, but that's fine.
I'll just go over.
Yeah, that's
here.
totally fine. Alright, very nice. That is, I think, casually, that level, that boss fight is like 2.5 minutes or so, and if it goes super well, you can get sub 1 on that, which is just ridiculous. And we're immediately into Book of Life. This is when the game transforms into AIM Labs. Basically, whenever you discard Book of Life on an enemy, you instantaneously teleport into it, which requires a ton of really precise long-range snipes on enemies, because obviously, again, levels have like DLC in them where it's like, oh hey, you should go through this super long section and kill all these demons, but instead you can just like Book of Life right into the end and cut a bunch of nonsense out. Like here, for example, we're going to fall and snipe a barrel and cut out a ton of the level.
Yeah, in terms of like DLC content, Chapter 11 has the most DLC content. We're gonna not be doing any intended routes, I think. You can skip a lot of the levels by doing very precise snipes. What you saw in Hike, the level just before this, is about the furthest distance you can go. It's not a, like, you can't just, like, the ending is up there, you can't go there.
Not quite. They were smarter than that.
Unless you're on, like, BR or something, but we won't talk about that.
I think next level is Congregation, right?
Yep.
Okay, this is on you to explain. I do not know how this works, I'll be honest.
So, I'm gonna look at... Oh, hello. That was
interesting.
Cool. Let's try that again. If it doesn't work this time, if it goes... Okay, that was fine.
That works,
So,
yeah.
if you lock onto that enemy, and you use a controller keybind, you can set a controller insight on them, and I'm going to get the book, and then look into the sky, and aim at nothing and teleport to it. So, that's that level.
Yeah, very interesting again. I don't fully understand how that works, but it's basically... there's a couple other places where it can come up in niche situations, but yeah, that's kind of the one instance of that glitch in a run. And Marathon's a great example of a DLC level. Casually, again, this level takes you like 2 minutes, but we're going to do it in like 15 seconds. All the way to the end.
And speaking of DLC levels, this
Oh!
sacrifice...
I forgot this is in the run. Okay, so this is one of the longest levels in the run normally. But, this is like one of the craziest glitches in the game. We're going to aim in this general direction, and then pause champ. Pause champ.
Please. Oh my god, I didn't hit it.
I'm pausing.
Pause champ. Might have to try again.
That hit. Oh my god,
Pause
I'm not done.
Okay,
we'll try it again. So, one thing about this level is it has different, like, geometry in Rush compared to
what?
normal level, because they didn't account for this to be in Rush at all. So there's actually like a little white line that you can hit. I think I'm aiming at the wrong spot. Please go. Okay, there we go, finally.
Oh, yep, that's the level, yep.
What?
So the goal of that level, this is my understanding, for whatever reason, the goal of that level is also activated by shooting it instead of just your body entering it. So if you do a super long-range snipe of it, you can cut out about, like, a minute and a half that level, roughly. Not quite that much, but yeah.
That was sick. And while that was happening, we did receive $1 from AirT. Yay! That was put towards Go to Idiot Island, and the comment says, I've been enjoying this run on the same level I enjoy petting my dog. I'm going to assume that's a lot. So,
that's gotta be a lot.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's gotta be a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your donation. That means we're only $200 away from the hide and seek for CS2, and we are $39 away from Go to Idiot Island. So let's make that happen.
Okay, and this is a final boss level in the game. For a normal White Rush, this would be the last level we play, but this is all levels, so we're going to continue a bit past this. Like the other boss levels, there's sections where you can do some extra damage. Really tough coyote jump here. You're so brave for going for that. That only saves, like, I think not even a second.
It's like a half a second, yeah.
Yeah, if you fail it, that loses, like, near a minute.
Yep, okay, so real quick, I'm gonna change my FFE back. So I made it smaller for the Book of Life levels, because it kind of makes it a bit easier to aim. But now that we're into the side quests, it didn't matter so much. So these are the extra levels that you can get if you hand in the gifts. There are gifts in all of the normal levels, and if you hand them in to each person, then you get different types of levels. This is the red side quests we're starting off with first. the elevate traversal 1 and 2 combo. Oh, not quite.
So close.
But yeah, a lot of these levels, the red ones, are just one type of card, and it specializes on that. And this is Purify Traversal, or sorry, Mizwana Traversal. I think I can make it over there. So this level in particular has a very interesting and difficult strat. I'm going to be placing 4 bombs onto this red door and trying to get across. I got
Looks
it.
good to me. Wow.
Nice. So you have to get
Yeah,
boosts in between that bomb placement. It's
That strat makes no sense to me. I'm very impressed that you can do that in a full game setting.
Yeah, nice job. And we also got $39 from JD Roach, so we've met that incentive.
Let's go!
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
Thank you,
And the
JD.
comment says, much love to Bree, an absolute bastion of the neon white speedrunning community. Always so helpful to newcomers and so very kind with her time, heart. That's so
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you, Erdi, as well, who also donated. Thank you.
Yeah.
From the Neon Bar community. Nice little Discord server, and it's nice. I love the community. There's so many cool people I've met throughout it. And I'll get back into the run here. We're in the Stomp Traversal. You stomp and you traverse. And they're at the end of the level. And Fireball Traversal, a lot of this level, so there's an area on the left that we just don't go to. We can just go over these rocks instead by smuggling a Fireball card. And you can do a strat here, Fufa Ball Traversal, where you keep an extra card. Oh, I did not quite get it, that's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Just gonna walk into these Sonic Rings and then go all the way to the end.
And worth mentioning as well, if it wasn't obvious already, all of these gift levels coming up are... There's no demons on them, so you just have to get to the end as soon as possible. So it's just like pure optimizing lines and using your cards to your advantage. Don't have to worry about really aiming at anything.
Yeah, it's similar to Chapter 11, where you can just go right to the end. The red levels actually don't have any demons, except... well, this level has one, but we didn't get to see it. Sorry, Randall. There's like a balloon they put at the start behind the spotting platform for some reason. It's just there. And this upcoming level has a couple demons. I will just go here and try to go through. You can...
Oh, it tried.
try
There's a
this-
very weird and finicky skip here.
Yeah, I'm trying to do another one of those inside storage
Okay, there we
shots.
go.
But there we go. You can just, instead of killing all of the tripwires, as soon as you break one, you're able to aim through the bottom of the blob, and you can get through.
And now we're into the yellow levels, and the gimmick with these is you can't discard your cards. That's kind of an unfortunate gimmick. It makes a lot of these levels very, like, linear at times. A lot of the fun in Neon White is, you know, discarding your cards, going really fast, getting boosts with Purify and all that. But we're going to be focusing a lot on getting little individual bullet boosts here and there. There's some cheeky bullet boosts going on there where we kind of aim behind ourselves and snipe a bullet that you wouldn't even know about, really. Levels like this, though, like Balloon Mountain, like, come on.
I miscounted, that's fine.
Oh,
That won't be
good.
important later. Yeah, that's Balloon Mountain. I climbed the balloons. Climbing Gym, there's a bunch of vending machines at the start that we do not care about. You could care about them if you...
You shouldn't. It's
you should...
yeah.
No.
It's you'll be a happier person if you don't care about those vending machines.
That's true. That's true in real. We're instead gonna go around that chunky geometry you might have seen around the very right hand side. You're supposed to go on the left hand side. You see where that waterway is down below me. But instead, there's some perfectly shaped blocks we can stand on and go right to the end. And that's Climbing Gym, and there's no other out there. Fisherman Suplex. I'm gonna go for a very difficult parry here. Nice.
Oh wow, nice. So yeah, we reflect the enemy bullet there into that barrel. Since we don't have a gun to be able to shoot that barrel and progress, that ends up saving a few seconds, and it's super, super difficult.
Yeah, I choked like about a minute of time here in my 100% glitchless record, and it's haunting me. I like desperately need to go back, and I shouldn't, but you know that's how it is. That's speedrunning. SDF, another one of those difficult sort of strat levels. I'm gonna be jumping onto this. Oh, why did I not shoot you? So I want to kill that Guardian before coyoteing off of it, because safety. So I'm gonna shoot it twice.
He charges up a laser, and if that laser hits you, that is an instant death.
So you have to do a precise little double barrel shot there in order to get to the top. We're on level 111, by the way, out of 121. So we're going to be seeing that end of the run kind of soon. We have another few levels to go. But this is Arena. Arena is casually like a 3-minute level. But instead, you can just shoot out the doors and they break.
Yeah, you can see all these like lines pointing to this door. They're tripwires, and you shoot them, and they break a layer of the door. But instead, you can use some of your extra ammo and destroy the doors manually. And I'd say last time until the end of the run for any shoutouts or donations or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to thank everyone again for helping us reach that Idiot Island incentive. We are now about $161 away from our Counter-Strike 2 hide and seek mode. If you haven't seen the chaos that is our Counter-Strike 2 friends, you are going to want to make this happen. They get to bunny hop and teleport around and go places you've never seen in the maps before. So every single donation will help us towards that milestone of $4,800 for Point of Pride.
That was so close.
Yeah, I tried to go for a strat at the end of that level, which can skip one of the barrels, and it saves, I don't know, like maybe like 1 or 2 seconds or something, but not quite. But this is Rocket. Rocket is a level. It's a level.
You shoot Rocket. I will say, up the yellow levels, this ends up being one of the most interesting, because the power of the Dominion card is a little bit the discard, but it's mostly the rocket and rocket jumping, and you can still absolutely do that in yellow, even though you can't discard. Like, you just shoot yourself with rockets and kind of progress to the end. It's a very interesting designed levels, though. They just kind of took some barrels, slapped some Dominion cards on it, and clocked out for the day.
But that's the end of the yellow side quests, and we're going into the violet ones. So these violet levels are kind of edgy. They've got spikes all over the place. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing a skip here where I grab these guns and get a few boosts, and I'm going to go all the way to the end. There's like a whole section on the right, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Choker, another level. This level is like a self-bullet boost playground. You kind of just go for as many as you can. Head out to this roof one and get it unlucky. That's like the most consistent one I found, but...
Wait, really?
The most consistent self-bullet boost is, oh my god, I did not hit the roof there.
Oh, okay.
But the most consistent self-bullet boost is probably like a 1 in 200 or something, so that it doesn't really mean anything at all.
Right.
Chain is a pretty interesting one. At the end, we have to climb up this section with elevates, and we're gonna skip a section by bonking on the roof and just going all the way to the crystal. This is elevator. We'll be seeing this later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going down. There'll be numbers on the side. Did I count correctly? I did. Okay, cool. But those numbers are not real. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go.
Good counting?
Thank you. If you... Oh, I would need that card, please. If you look at the numbers on the side, they're trying to kill you by or they're trying to make you go to a certain place, and It's not very nice, but there is an Easter egg. There's an achievement attached to it, so I guess why not? Alting I is a level where I'm gonna go for the strat at the start, where I do a double bomb. Try to go underneath to the nice. Okay, that's pretty tight.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a strat that I kind of dropped in full game, but I wanted to give it like 1 or 2 tries. And it's a nice little time save. It saves you having to double bomb and then way at the top.
Yeah. And I think we're just 2 levels away from the end of the run now.
Yep. Yep, perfect finish. So I'm gonna shoot a tripwire here with the AVP, and we're gonna sneak on underneath. Same here. There's like sections where you're supposed to not get hit by the lasers if you like hide behind a wall or something. But you can just shoot the tripwires. And this is the final level. So Resident Evil 1 was so good they had to make Resident Evil 2. We're gonna do a lot of the level that was in that one room. Just kidding, we're gonna bump on this little rock, and this will be time up when I click this crystal. That's time.
Time, yeah.
Amazing job. That was awesome.
Nice. That run went better than I thought it would.
Yeah, that was very well done. Very nice.
What was the time on that?
The real time?
It was 47:56. I see through the stream now.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was because I did a practice run and it basically like tied the estimate, so that's cool.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
that,
so
that practice run was all you needed.
Yeah, I guess so. We're gonna jump straight into the incentive now, so you can change over the timers and stuff.
Sweet.
And if that's all good to go, I can do a countdown.
Yeah, I think we probably should be good to go. Do you want to briefly talk about it before you count down?
Sure. So, it's a new game run. I'm going to be clicking the new game button, which completely restarts the game fresh as if you're like starting the game for the first time. So it's a more traditional looking run. Because you're just going through all the like cutscene and stuff, but we're going to be doing a GIF duplication glitch, and that will allow us to get to Elevator a lot quicker than you normally would, and we'll go to Idiot Island.
Sweet. All right, let's do it.
All right, so I'll count this down in 3, 2, 1, go. So you're going to see up top left there's a fast forward button. That is our friend. We're going to be doing that all the time.
Yes,
we're gonna
surprise, by the way. This is a visual novel game, if you didn't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of dating going on among the characters, and it's like a dating sim sort of thing. But here's our card that we care about, and the characters that we don't. We need this mask, by the way, for reasons that I won't spoil you on, because you'll want to see the story of this game, I think. So... this is movement again. We're back to level 1. We're going to be working our way through chapter 1 in order to get to the hub. When you get to the hub, you can start giving in gifts, and it is important that we do that. So we're going to go through the first level as normal. Shout out to the community modded medals. There's a bunch of modded medals that you can get for this game, and that's how I got hooked to the game. It was grinding those modded. Shout out to the Ms. Wenner card, by the way.
Yeah, that's the way the game tricks you into speedrunning is there's different tiers of medal. There will basically be like a goal time for you to get, and your goal, you'll get some progression through the game as you achieve those goal times. Yeah, you get various medals and all these things. It tricks you into speedrunning basically. But eventually you'll reach a point where getting those medals is a little bit easy for you, and so the community came along and made their own set of community medals, and some of them will take you, thousands of attempts to get. So it's a very nice way that is like noticeably like improved the shelf life of the game, I would say. Like the community is much larger and has much more activity because of it, like for certain.
Yeah, and yeah, you get so hooked. Like, the in-game medals are a good, like, gateway drug into getting, like, 2,000 hours in the game.
Yep.
And, so you might have noticed that we had a cutscene there. They'll insert these cutscenes in between levels. And there's this, like, loading screen sort of thing. You might have seen that I got a gift. That's a self-level boost, by the way. So I'm going to be collecting the gift from Gunner, the 3rd level, and also this level. And these are the violet ones. Almost not far enough.
Ooh, yeah.
So you can see it right there. My ghost has gone ahead of me, unlucky. So I'm going to do 2 elevates up to this gift. And that's the only other gift that we need. We just used 2. So the rest of the chapter I'm going to be doing as normal. I just need to get through the chapter and then I'll be able to unlock the hub. So I didn't really explain it, but on that level there's like a little invisible shell. And in order to jump on there, it's super easy. Jumping off of it, you want to use a coyote jump, which uses the middle mouse scroll. And this is Violet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most like first-person shooters, you might jump or bind jump to scroll wheel because you want to like bunny hop and spam as many jump inputs as you can to make it as consistent as possible. We do the same thing in this game, but not for the same reason. For whatever reason, whenever you bind jump to the scroll wheel, it only works for jumping as a coyote jump. So there will be a lot of cases where we want to jump right on the edge of a ledge, and so we want to be able to spam jump inputs to do that, and the best way to do that is scroll wheel jump.
Yeah, and it doesn't work normally.
First try, too.
I don't know why it doesn't, but...
Yeah, it's very strange. I almost wonder if it was intentional, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, if you've ever played, like, CS or something, I think I don't know if I discovered it by accident or if I saw the, like, laid-on tutorial for Neon White or something, but, I feel like it's pretty intuitive to set that and then be like, your game's broken.
Yeah.
No scoped it.
Speaking of CS, we actually did just open up a brand new incentive for Change the Round for Counter-Strike 2, so for $50, they will play around with some interesting restrictions on it. So $50 for the first round like that. So, and everything is going towards that hide-and-seek milestone as well at 4,800.
And Red moves really fast. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
she probably has, like,
I should
5,000
try making
or
some
something.
hard ones.
Yeah.
So, that's the end of chapter 1. We met the 3 main characters, that's Red. But we're fast forwarding because we don't really care. We've seen all this before. If you want to see it, you should play the game. It's very fun. We're gonna escape out of this cutscene, go to the job archive. We can very quickly see this Believers Park thing. I'm gonna go to gift here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap using shoulder buttons of a controller so that I can dupe the gifts. I need to give this one in. I can't dupe this. This will unlock the first side quest. So, the first side quest is Doghouse. If you do not unlock this level, you cannot play any of the levels. Any of the side quest levels. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to return to job archive. And I need to do some counting here, because this is where you can easily softlock. So, I need to do it 9 times. So 1. This is just a menuing challenge more than anything. This is 2. 3. 4. 5. I don't know how someone discovered this, by the way. 6. But, saves a lot of time in 100% runs. 7. 8. And I need to hand this one in. This is the 9th one. This will unlock Elevator. The side quest. And so this is how the gifting works in this game. If you've ever played it casually, this takes like 1 billion years. But with the gift duping, you can just get right to your favorite level. You can see the stomp card. Wow, the stomp card. We go through 11 times here. We get the AVP for the new CS run starting after this. And I'm just gonna spam right click. Oh
Right,
no!
and time is coming up.
And time.
Amazing!
The goal is up there, but we're here. We're at Idiot Island, and the music stopped. But that's it. That was the incentive, and I'm so glad that we met it. Thank you for all the donations. It's really silly. Really quickly, I want to shout out the Neon White community. There's so many cool people that I've met throughout it, and the game is super fun. The community medals are so addictive, and shout outs the fast lane takeover of October 2025.
Yeah,
Amber,
it's been extremely fun playing this game again. Huge shout out to Bree for getting me back into this game again. She's been incredibly helpful in DMs when I'm like, "Hey, how do I do this very specific thing?" And she kind of tells me to stop being stupid. So it's been really, really helpful in that regard. It's also been awesome having some of the Celeste players pick this up. And they've all. She was kind of mentioning Fastlane as a level that like everyone got kind of drawn to and was just kind of ILing for like a week straight. It was kind of fun. I'd like to see a lot more of it. If you watched this run and thought this looked like fun, I would highly, highly, highly encourage picking up this game. It is really, really fun.
100%. Even just for like a casual playthrough, it's super fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. That was Neon White. And stay tuned because we're going to be getting set up for Counter-Strike 2 up next. Thank you so much to Bree and Amber for that awesome Neon White run, and to everyone who donated to help us go to Idiot Island. And like I said during that showcase, we have just opened up a new Counter-Strike 2 incentive for Change the Round. We love messing with our players, making them do funny stuff. And so for $50, they're going to have to play around with different surprise restrictions. So I don't think the players even know what's going to be happening to them in that round. That's going to be an absolute blast. And all right, I think that is going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for all of the donations during my shift. Had such a great time. This is my final shift for Archiethon 666. It's always a joy to get to host and hang out and be here with the Celeste community. But stay tuned. We have a lot of amazing runs coming up next.
Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm Cactus. I'm going to be your host for these next couple of games. I hope everyone's been enjoying that. There's been some really, really fun runs today that I've enjoyed watching, and the one that I enjoyed playing as well. So yeah, really some great Archiethon today. Coming up next, we're going to have the Counter-Strike 2 Revenge show match, which I'm really excited for. I was a player in this showcase when we did it last Archiethon. It was a whole lot of fun. I'm really excited to be able to host it this time around. And we have got a few things open in the tracker that relate to this one that I just want to talk you through right now because they're really, really cool and exciting. So firstly, you may have seen for a little while now, we have a milestone there off to the side. If we hit 4,800, we're going to get Counter-Strike 2 Hide and Seek. We're about $161 away from that, it looks like. So if we get that met by the end of the Revenge show match, our runners will be playing Hide and Seek with each other in Counter-Strike, which is a lot of fun. I was around when they were practicing that. It's like really, really cool and really chaotic, and it'll be great if we can get that met. So I would really hope that we can meet 4,800 by the end of Counter-Strike. And to help us get there, we have a new incentive open that relates to Counter-Strike 2 as well, and this is the Change the Round incentive. So there's going to be 3 of these that we're running throughout the Counter-Strike showcase, and each time one of them is met, very quickly I'll be jumping in there to inform our commentators that the players will have to change the round, and that means that they're going to be playing around with some different surprise restrictions and funny modifications to the gameplay. I can talk you through what some of those are. So one of them is they'll be playing Halo mode, which is when you're going to have those like low gravity classic Halo jumps going on. The next one is going to be Foon mode, which is where you get automatic bee hopping and can get really easy, quick movement all the way throughout the map. That's a lot of fun. We also have slow motion and speed up motion as possible ways to change the round, fairly self-explanatory, and can cause, you know, a lot of chaos in and of themselves. And then an infinite ammo round for people to just kind of get their favorite automatic weapons and just spray as much as they want. And then also a forced crazy weapon spray where all the weapons are going to be spraying ridiculously inaccurate, which would be very funny as well. As well as this, there's going to be some more restrictions on how they play. They might have to play pistols only, knife and the Zeus only. The Zeus is one of the other weapons in CS for close quarters. 1v1 duels only, SMGs only, not using any util, and then only using util as well. Util meaning kind of grenades and flashbangs and stuff, if you're not familiar with CS and other tactical shooters. So yeah, there's a list of some of the fun modifications that we can get if that change the round gets met. I would absolutely love to see that get met to kind of cause some chaos for our players in Team Wall Bounce and Team Up Hyper. So yeah, they're all the different kinds of things that will get funded with a change the round, and of course that's all going to be contributing towards if we get that hide and seek milestone hit as well. But yeah, that's what's going to be coming up with Counter-Strike. I hope you're all excited for it. Do let me know if you are excited to see some Counter-Strike in the chat. If you're looking forward to seeing this showcase.